Hello and welcome to the Sanctuary, a safe space to speak from the heart. I'm your host, Israel. My guest today is Rhea Nankani, someone I've been dying to talk to. Thanks for coming to Sanctuary today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been blessed. Life's good right now, so I'm just riding that wave.
Yeah. I know, kind of when you're in the zone and everything is just going.
hmm
It's a great space to be. What are you currently working on?
I currently work at the Bank of Montreal, and I am almost done with my university degree, so that's exciting as well.
Mm. And what degree is that? And when are you done?
It's a Bachelor of Commerce with a major in General Business Studies and a minor in International Development Studies and Economics. And
That's a
I'm the
lot.
it's it's a mouthful, yeah. It's a long. Every time I explain, it's like okay. Um, but yeah, I'm almost done. April 16th is the last day.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
But that also means that you've been kind of doing the classes the last what year online.
Yeah, yep.
And how's that experience been?
It's interesting. It took some time to get used to it. But then I feel like once you kind of get into it, it's not as bad. Me personally, at least, like I was in my last year, I didn't have any like intense classes. I felt like
Oh,
for first year, second year students, like that must have been really rough.
so like, do you have friends that were not both, and what are some of the experiences they had?
I don't have any friends in their first year or second year, I don't think.
Okay.
Um, but I know like being on campus is just a different vibe. Like it's a different atmosphere, different environment. Like everybody, there's like this sense of community that everybody's like struggling to get through this degree and there's like people there to help you and you can like find groups and stuff and go in the study rooms and work on stuff and you just can't do that the same way over Zoom. Like everyone's across the world. You don't know who's
Yeah,
in your
yeah,
class anymore. Like it's
yeah.
crazy.
So like, was it only Zoom, or do you have like a dedicated type of service or app that you used for classes?
It was mostly Zoom. Some profs used they facilitated it through Brightspace, which I didn't really like that much. It wasn't as interactive.
Mm.
But it was mostly Zoom.
Oh, okay. So, what would a typical class be like on Zoom for you?
Um, it depends. if if I like the prof or not, I might not be there, or I'm there like 5 minutes early, camera on, like ready to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure some profs don't even know they cannot put a face to the name for Rhea Nankani because they have not seen it. But but yeah, that's
Okay. But so let's go back to, say, I think it was March, and you're having classes. March happens, and then we had to lock everything down. How was that experience for you, and how quickly did you have to adapt to new things?
um adapting very quickly to different things. It was kind of scary because we didn't know what it was gonna be like, what was gonna happen. But one good thing happened out of it where this prof, I'm not gonna say her name or which class it was in
Yeah.
case, but she passed us. She passed us for everything. She was just like, I can't do this anymore mentally. I think she was just stressed out. She was like, you get an A, you get an A. She was like giving them out like Oprah. But she made my semester with that one because
Mm.
I'm sure I was going to fail because
Oh man. Well, in one way, something good came out of the experience, but like, now apart from school, just your day to day life and work, how was that?
Um, it wasn't too bad. I once I started working, I kind of scheduled my classes in a way where I was still able to work on different days. So I might have
Mm-hmm.
like two or three classes on one day and then I'd work the next day. And then my managers were also really supportive of the fact that I was in school.
Mm-hmm.
So they would work around like my class schedule, my exams, any meetings or anything that I had. Like it wasn't too bad. And then I
Mm.
also worked on the weekend, so that kind of freed up some space for me to be
Okay.
able
Uh,
to work. Yeah.
So, what's the like? I guess the experience working at the Bank of Montreal.
It was really good. It was really good. Or it is really good still, I guess. But it's a very such a supportive environment. Like my
Mm-hmm.
managers are just insanely nice. Like I can't say enough good things about my managers, and my coworkers were just
Mm-hmm.
like when I worked at Micmac Mall, because now I'm at the Clayton Park branch.
Mm.
When I worked at Micmac Mall, we were like a small family. It was crazy. Like we had Christmas together, we did potlucks, we went to on wine tours, we went for dinners, and it was
Wine
just like,
tours, nice.
yeah, we got messed up. We got messed up. Yeah. And yeah, it was just such a great experience. Like I felt like I had a support system, and
Mm.
it's great. Yeah. I compared to other my friends who work at other financial institutions, like I wasn't sure what to expect, but
Mm.
it's been a lovely ride so far.
Mm. So, like growing up, have you always wanted to do something in business? Like, are you going down the path you've always wanted to go, or what led you to decide to study what you're studying now?
Um, the only reason I did business is because I didn't know anything else. My dad's a business person.
Oh
He's a
yeah.
he's a business owner. And I was just like, yeah, business. Like, what else would I do? I don't like science. I don't want to be a doctor. Like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, so it just seemed like the easiest and the best decision. And then I
Easiest?
actually
I don't think studying for business is easy because, like me and numbers, we are not friends,
I
man.
realized that after. Like
What
16,
happened?
16-year-old me applying to these schools, like, yeah, I want to do international business. I want to be a business person. And just like, I just wasn't exposed to anything else. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. Like, I'm a
Yeah.
fairly creative, artistic person, but I feel like in the Caribbean, an art degree isn't usually what people would aim for in that sense. But
Mm.
I didn't know what political science was. I didn't know what development studies was. And had I known what it was before, I think that's what I would have done a degree in is international development studies. Like
Oh.
gotten an arts degree because I did a minor in it. I would have just done
What
my
what what is that exactly? I don't know anything about that.
it's like it's like studying different theories and different development, how do I say it? Like how like colonialism and like post-colonialism, imperialism, stuff like that that happened before
Yeah.
is affecting countries and their economies and how they see the world and stuff today, like
Oh.
how we perceive other
Oh,
people.
yeah, that sounds fascinating, eh?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I really enjoyed it. And
But you're
I
like, no, no, I'm gonna do business. Okay,
I
so
was I was like more than halfway done with my degree at that point. I was like, I'm not spending
yeah.
money on this. And
Okay, so let's talk about you discovering that numbers are not your thing. What happened there?
bro, I already knew numbers weren't my thing, right? I've been knew this from high school. I've been knew this from high school, but I was just like, I didn't think I would need to do accounting because you don't know the classes you're going to be doing
Fair enough.
until you get to university. They're like, yeah, this is what you need to do your degree, and I was like, okay.
um.
And then me decides, oh, let me go work at a bank. Numbers aren't my thing, but banking might, maybe, yeah, like no, but it's
Oh my
I
gosh.
just
What
switched
what
around.
exactly do you do at the bank?
I'm a personal banking associate, so it's like account openings and
Oh.
um small TFSAs, smaller smaller lending, well, not really lending. I haven't, mostly account openings, account services, like making joint accounts, doing estates.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you are, you mentioned you're from the Caribbean, but you're also Indian, right? So pretty much biracial. How is that for you growing up? And now.
Um, Growing up was very interesting. I'm from Jamaica, and then I was born there. And then when I was 4, I moved to India. I lived in Pune in Maharashtra for 7 or 8 years, I think. I moved back to Jamaica when I was 11. So I don't know. Do the math. I am not gonna do it. um,
Numbers.
yeah. And then it was interesting because in India I definitely knew I wasn't the same as everyone else. Like people would always ask me questions about why do I look like that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like,
Mm,
what do you mean why I look like this? I'm black. Like, have you never seen a black person? Like,
mm.
why is your hair curly? Why don't you speak Hindi? And I was like, first of all, I speak Hindi. I just don't have an accent. Second
Yeah.
of all, I don't know why my hair is curly. I'm 8. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was interesting. I experienced like a few instances of racism, but I was too young to really comprehend what was happening at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back at it now, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely racism. But
Mm-hmm.
I think my mom, my Jamaican mother, handled it very well. um, and then I went to boarding school in India for a year and a half before I
Yeah.
moved back to Jamaica, and that was probably the best experience I've had.
In
It
what
was
way?
it was just such an open and accepting school. It was this really nice boarding school in the hills in Panchgani, and it was just like a different experience. Like people, like I ran track there. I was excelling at sports. I was doing really good at school. I was like reading every day. Like it was crazy. My teachers there really were supportive of the fact that I wasn't Indian, and they were like, hey, like you're a different person, share your experiences or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
um but yeah, and then I moved back to Jamaica, and the Caribbean is a very diverse place. um I moved back and I didn't even notice it. I was just like, hey, I'm home. Like, hey, everybody look like me, so I was just like, don't need to worry about that anymore.
And how was it like for you growing up in Jamaica?
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it. Like such a great experience. I can't say enough good things about it. I learned so much. I became the person I am today because of my experiences. But the school I went to, the people I was around, my teachers, my friends, everybody,
Mm.
just like such, I'd like to say I grew up in a very, very loving and supportive environment. Throughout my, even when I was in India, my Indian family loved, like I loved them. They loved me. My friends there, we're still in touch to this day.
Mm.
It's crazy. Like I was so blessed looking back at all of the things. Like, yeah, I'm like thinking about it, getting emotional, but
Oh
it
man, I can't even imagine. That's great that you have such an experience. But like, so you're in Jamaica. enjoying this awesome bubble of love,
Mhm.
what made you decide to move to Canada to study?
Higher education. That degree. Um, it like my parents wanted me to leave Jamaica because I guess they knew it's despite everything it's not a very economically stable place.
Mm.
Um, and they were like, yeah, you need to go experience the world. Have like they knew I would have more opportunity in Canada. Maybe not the States. But they're like, oh, Canada? Yeah. So I have family in Toronto. My cousin went to Dalhousie, so it worked out great. And they were right. I did get to experience a lot of things out here that I wouldn't have been able to experience in Jamaica, but it
Mhm.
was university that brought me here. And yeah, it's university and my job that's gonna keep me here. So
And what was the process of you moving? Like, what things did you have to do for your move?
that was a fun story.
Yeah, I like fun stories.
I had no winter clothes. I came to Canada in January 20. I was like, I was supposed to come in September, and then something happened with my visa where it got
Yeah.
delayed. So I just deferred the semester to January. My
Mm.
parents did not come with me, and I had to lay over in Toronto for the night. So my dad went to the States. He went to Florida because that's where my sister lives. So he went to
Yeah.
visit her. And I was like, yo, daddy, you need to go buy me some clothes. Like, I need a jacket. I need some shoes. I can't like I'm going to die. So so he got me the ugliest shoes, the ugliest as any Indian father would. He thought he did something. He was like, look at this style. Look at this style. I was like, Daddy, that no. I didn't have a choice. I had to wear it because I was going to be cold. My aunt from Saint Martin, that's where my cousin is from.
Yeah.
She flew up and met me in Toronto.
Mm.
And I don't know, her flight got delayed for like 4 hours. And I was just in the waiting place waiting for her. And then my uncle who lives in Mississauga, he's a doctor in Toronto. He came and stayed with me in the airport, like to see me or whatever. And he was wearing a Canada Goose jacket. He's a doctor. So I was like, yo, that's a nice jacket. And he was like, yeah, you're gonna need one, but don't get it. And I was like, okay. And then I landed. We took the next flight. My aunt came to Halifax, and I'm like looking around, and because it's winter, there's no trees, right? I'm like
Mhm.
looking around, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to be depressed. This place looks sad. This place looks, and I was like, what the hell did I just sign up for? So we get there, my cousin picks us up and he's like, yo, you need a winter jacket. So the
Yeah.
first thing we do is we go to the mall, we go to Micmac Mall, and we go to this random store. I don't even know what it's I don't even think it's at the mall anymore.
Mm.
And we bought this winter jacket for me, and it I that was like my first purchase. My first experience in Canada was like finding a winter jacket to wear so I don't die. And then from there I just was like, it was just crazy. I didn't have any proper shoes because the boots my dad bought me weren't winter boots anyways. I wore Converse for like the entire winter.
No way.
I'm sure I had frostbite and didn't know. I was just partying. I was what, 17? I should not have been at these parties. But yeah, it was it was crazy. Such a culture shock too. Like I had to figure out the bus. I got lost so many times. My cousin
Oh man.
picked me up. Yeah.
Okay. I should not have been laughing that hard, but I'm sorry. It's funny. It's so funny. And then, what was your first summer like, though?
I went home. thinking to go to Jamaica in February, you know. I was like, Daddy, you need to get me out of this place. I
Oh
went
my
home. I did
god.
a spring semester, and I went home for 2 months that summer,
Yeah.
and it was lovely. I never took Jamaica for granted ever. I went to every party. I went to every beach. I ate every day. I was like, Jamaica, I love you. And then yeah,
Oh
I
my
think that
god.
was the only time I went home for that long. After that, I only went home for like 2, 3 weeks because I had a job
Mm,
after that. Like I got a job and stuff, and
mm.
but I
So
made the
so
most.
like every time would you go like every summer for the oh, okay. Oh, like did you ever spend summer here, and how's summer like in Canada for you when you're here in Canada in summer?
Yeah, well, because I only go home for like 2, 3 weeks. Like I spend the
Mm.
rest of the summer here now.
Oh,
But
okay.
and last year I didn't get to go home because of COVID, so I
COVID,
spent
yeah,
some
yeah,
time
yeah.
here. It's beautiful. I'm not like Halifax is very beautiful. It's not a bad summer. It's not Jamaica, but but we made the most of it last year because we didn't get to go anywhere.
Yeah.
We went. My partner, he's from the Bahamas, so we were really missing home.
Mm.
Um, we went to Lunenburg. We went to Tatamagouche. We had a little friends trip. We were going to all of the like patios and bars and stuff, like having that real Canadian summer experience.
Mm.
And it was good. I think this year we're gonna go to Newfoundland.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been though. But like a friend of mine went there to shoot this film about icebergs,
Yeah.
and it looks nice. But I've never been.
It's I heard it's very beautiful. They have a lot to see, like wildlife and the icebergs and different stuff. So I thought,
Mm.
like we live here in Atlantic Canada, might as well see stuff,
Mm.
go to different
Yeah.
places.
Oh my god. Thank you for that laugh. But like, so how long did he say it took you to like get used to the seasons and like settling in school and making friends?
I'd say a year. It took me a
Mm.
year. I was I'm a selectively social butterfly. I like to talk to people, and then at the end of the day, I come home and then don't talk to anybody, like most of it. But making friends wasn't an issue. Getting used to Canada was interesting because the money is different. Spending money here is different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just like the way how things work, the culture is different. It's not like in Jamaica we're very aggressive. Like we talk to you how we talk to you, and we say what we say.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
sure it's the same where you're from.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
because like I'm Nigerian and we are like that, right? But you can't actually really say what you want to say, right?
no,
So
and
you
I
have to be nice about the things you want to say.
exactly. I was like, my boyfriend came to me one day and he was like, "Yo, what these girls don't they think they don't like you, like you're just talking to them rude." And I was like, "What do you mean? I've never been rude to these people before in my life." Like, and he's like, "Yeah, but you just have to like you can't say it exactly
Yeah.
how,
Yes.
how you want to say it. You have to like beat around the bush a little bit, like
Yes. You have to navigate around what you want to say without saying
yeah."
it.
But I made it a point that I didn't want that to affect me and my who I was as a person and my integrity. I'm a very
Mm.
honest person. I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to be honest in a disrespectful way, right? But if I feel like what needs to be said, I'm going to say it. So, so I let everybody know. I said, "Hey, listen, take no offense. I don't mean it personally. Please. Don't be talking about Rhea has a bad attitude. No. I'm telling you what you need to hear." So now all of my friends, if they need like serious, honest advice,
They come to you. Because do that. I just think, man, fucking say what you want to say. Oh my god,
exactly,
yeah, give me a headache.
exactly. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
blah blah blah. I'm like, say with your chest. Like, I don't have time to be here trying to decipher the
Yeah,
message. Just
yeah,
tell me what you need to tell me. I'm not going to feel no way. I
yeah.
I just want honesty from you, and honesty is what you will get from me. Like, that's it.
Mm.
So that was one thing with Canadian culture. I had to put my foot down and be like, listen, I understand y'all
Yeah.
are nice people. I'm a nice person too. But
Mm.
there's some things that you just need to,
Yeah,
even at work.
yeah,
Even at work, I told managers, I was like, I'm not trying to be rude, right? But
yeah, yeah.
these clients need to hear some things from me. You don't need to get a MasterCard. You don't need these things. You don't need this debt. Like, you want to afford this debt. But yeah.
Oh man, Rhea. Oh god. Okay, yeah, well, yeah, yeah. I know exactly. Immediately you said, I was like, yeah, I know exactly what you say. Because, like, I mean, I get it. It's like Canada is nice and the people are nice, but damn it, just fucking say what you want to say.
Yeah,
Like, I know what you're trying to say. Just fucking say it.
say it. Like,
Oh god. Okay, so you settled in. You're loving school. You get this job now. You're done in a couple of weeks. What's the plan?
PR. I'm
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
I'm trying to stay forever. I work permit and then PR and then I don't know if I would go for citizenship because I feel like PR is kind of enough, but at some point I might want to vote or yeah, I'm not gonna join the
I
army.
found that even as a PR, you can vote in the like municipal election. So
That's true, but I feel like I mean if I'm going to live in a country I've never voted in Jamaica because I wasn't there for the elections. I turned
Mm-hmm,
18 here in Canada, so I wasn't
mm-hmm,
able to vote there, but I want to experience like voting and having like a say in who gets to, like make our political decisions and stuff like that. So
mm-hmm,
that's the
mm-hmm,
only
mm-hmm.
reason I would get citizenship though, because that seems like a whole nother process and I'm
Yeah,
traumatized
trust me, it
already.
is, man. You have to like put all these things, and I think it's like, okay, don't quote me on this, but I know it's expensive. Also, it's almost like $800 or something to apply.
That's all?
Yeah, yeah.
That's not
Uh,
bad. I think
the,
PR is more than that.
I don't know. I
I think
can't
PS like
recall.
1,000.
I'm like I said, don't quote me on that though. But I know it's like you do that, and then you have to wait and fill in this thing, and then you have to like take a test, I think, and then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mm,
so you've mentioned your partner a couple of times. How did you meet, and how long have you been together now?
we met at a party. I was like the police came. We were both underage, and
What?
it was a house party. It was a
Yeah,
house
yeah,
party.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So
it was like super loud, and then someone called the cops.
yes, and
Oh my
then
god.
and then I'm sitting down in the lobby of the building, just waiting on my friend so we can walk back to campus. And this guy comes up to me and he's like, not Jamaican, trying to talk to me in a Jamaican accent, and I was just like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you're embarrassing yourself. Please move away from me. Step away. And then my boyfriend, like he was my boyfriend, but he walked up and he was like trying to like get the guy to leave, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asked if I wanted to walk back to campus because he lived on campus as well. So we
Mm.
walked back to campus together and we were just talking. I had no like intentions of like, oh my God, I'm gonna marry this guy. Like, no. Um, we walked back to campus and then went our separate ways. And then I think like a week after that, he saw my friend at a party and I wasn't there. So he gave her his number to give to me.
Oh
And
wow.
then I got it and I texted him and then we went from there. So we've been together for, I got here in January. This happened in February. And and we've been dating since September.
Oh
So
wow.
it's gonna be 4 years this September.
That's intense. Um, when people like, I mean, you hear these stories of relationships where it's kind of like doesn't last long, or it
Mhm.
lasts long as and it's shitty. What are things that you feel you two have done to still be together and to still care as deeply as you do for each other?
Well, the first year and a half was challenging because we're different people.
Mm-hmm.
Like our personalities are different, our communication style is different, our love language is different. Um, like people will see us together and they won't even know that we're dating sometimes because like we're just different people.
Mm-hmm.
So learning each other and like how we like affection. I don't like physical affection, he does. I
Oh.
like mine is like acts of service. Like I like going or like doing things together. Like I like going and walking around the place and just talking. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
because that's what I did with my friends was we would just go to the beach and talk and I felt like a connection with my friends. So that's just how I feel connected to people is like spending time with them.
Yeah.
So like learning stuff like that, being open, we never argued. Never. It was always a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think with that, because of our individual experiences, we were both mature from the beginning. So
Mm-hmm.
I am the oldest. My parents were divorced. I had to grow up very quickly. I was more mature in that sense. He was the middle child. I don't know what he went through. Like he had his own experiences, and then so we were both mature. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what like being mature in the situation and not doing childish things like being spiteful or something. But yeah, I think that was the most important thing is like understanding who we are as people and not
Mm.
trying to change each other, but also like
Yeah.
also changing bad habits so that we're no longer like doing things that make the other person upset. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like so I think that has gotten us to this point where we're at now where like we're very comfortable. We've lived together for like 3 years now. Um and just like being in constant conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the thing, right? Change is hard, right? But if you make a conscious effort that, okay, this person doesn't like this thing and I like this person and I don't want like seeing this person sad, and you make a conscious effort to change something, it is good for just you yourself but also for both of you. So you guys
Mhm.
you guys are doing something right. I'm gonna let you go, but before I do though, tell me the story behind your cat. Like, what's the story with the cat?
So that summer I went home. The first summer I came to Canada, I went home,
Yeah.
and my partner was here. He was still in Canada, and he kept saying like, "Rhea, I want a cat. I want a cat." And I was like, "Listen, like I don't like animals like that, bro. Like pets, that sounds like another responsibility." But anyways, I went home, and I'm like drunk at a resort, at a day party, and he sends me a picture of him at the vet with this cat. And I'm like, yo, is that our cat? But I was drunk, so I was high. I was going around the resort. "Oh, look at my cat. And then his name is Cosmo. And
Yeah.
then I got home, got used to Cosmo, realized we took him to the vet because Cosmo kept pooping on the carpet. He would not use his litter box.
Mm.
The vet was like, he has anxiety from being alone, so you should probably get another cat.
Oh my gosh.
So we ended up, me and my friend were looking for cats because she wanted a cat as well. So she was like, hey, I found this lady on Facebook Marketplace who found a feral cat on the street who's pregnant and she's giving away the kittens. I said, bet, let's go. So we drove an hour to the valley to Grand Prix to this crazy old lady's house. We spent like 2 hours there. It
Yeah.
smelled disgusting.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
because she had other animals there, but she was like an old lady. I was just like, okay, whatever.
Mm.
Took the cat. I thought it was a girl, so I named her Luna. Took him home. I was great, having fun. 2 weeks later, I was supposed to go to Toronto. My friend comes over to like babysit the cat or whatever, and she flips her over, and she's like, "Rhea, this is a boy." So, so that's how I got Leo, and now they've been best of friends since then. We've had them for Cosmo for 4 years and Leo for 3 years.
Oh man, Rhea, thank you for this awesome chat. And sharing your arriving to Canada without a coat. Don't do that. I don't care what time of the year it is. Don't do that.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
um, it was great to have you, and thank you so much for coming to the sanctuary and sharing as you did.
Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much.